instantly viral. Jungkook and Mingyu look cohesive in their latest dance post. Hello everyone. Imagine this scene with me. A quiet evening, a simple party. Not the kind of party where cameras flash endlessly, not the kind of event with a stage, lights, or thousands of screaming fans. No, this was something much more intimate. A private listening party. A gathering of close friends, laughter echoing in a warm room, music filling the air, drinks being poured, smiles being shared. The kind of event that normally stays hidden from the public eye, remembered only by the people lucky enough to be there. And yet, as we all know, the world of K-pop has a way of turning the simplest moments into something extraordinary. Something unforgettable. Something historic. That night was supposed to belong to CXM, the newly born 17 subunit led by S.Koos and Mingyu. Their mini-album Hype Vibes was about to be introduced in a cozy, celebratory way. A night of music, brotherhood, and joy. But what nobody could have predicted was how quickly this little celebration would ignite the entire K-pop universe. Because on that night, one unexpected guest walked through the door. One person whose presence alone was powerful enough to turn a private party into a global phenomenon. That person was none other than BTS's golden magnate, Jungkook. No announcement. No teasers. No hints. Just suddenly, there he was. Smiling, relaxed, standing beside Mingyu as though he belonged there all along. And in that moment, the air shifted. The party was no longer just a party. It became history. It all started when Mingyu casually posted a few pictures on Instagram. They were innocent photos, just snapshots of a good time, moments frozen in pixels, meant to show the warmth of friendship. But within seconds, fans around the world zoomed in, their hearts skipping a beat, their eyes widening. Because in the corner of those photos, unmistakable and unannounced, was Jungkook. The internet reacted instantly. Within minutes, hundreds of thousands of comments filled Mingyu's post. ARMYs screamed through their keyboards, many typing in all caps, unable to contain their emotions. The more I scroll, the louder I scream. Am I dreaming? How can two legends stand in one frame? Wait, Jungkook. At a CXM party. Some fans simply dropped crying emojis, as if words weren't enough to express their feelings. Others started making memes, edits, and fan art within hours. And then, it spread. On X, formerly Twitter, Jungkook's name, alongside Mingyu's, shot to the top of the global trending list. Hashtags multiplied at lightning speed. Within hours, the entire internet was flooded with speculation, excitement, and disbelief. It was as if the whole digital world had paused to celebrate this one unlikely moment. But what made it so powerful? Why did Jungkook's sudden appearance shake the internet so violently? The answer is twofold: aura and friendship. Let's start with his aura. That night, Jungkook wore black from head to toe. A sleek black leather jacket that hugged him just right. Fitted jeans. His tattoos visible. His piercing catching the light. And then, his smile. That warm, boyish smile that contrasts perfectly with his strong, edgy look. In a single moment, he embodied both sides of himself, the grown man with undeniable masculine charisma, and the beloved golden magnate whose softness still lingers in every gesture. Fans went wild. One fan wrote, "OMG, Jungkook in that black leather jacket looks so hot and handsome." Another commented, "He doesn't need a stage, doesn't need a MIC, he just stands there and the world goes crazy." And they weren't wrong. Jungkook doesn't need to try. His presence alone changes the entire atmosphere. He is both comfort and chaos, warmth and power. But beyond the visuals, beyond the fashion, there was something far deeper that made this moment unforgettable: friendship. Fans have always known about Jungkook and Mingyu's close bond. They've been seen together before, laughing, hanging out, supporting each other. But seeing Jungkook show up at a private, personal event like this added a whole new layer. Because in an industry often painted as cutthroat and competitive, where idols are expected to compete for the spotlight, Jungkook reminded us of something much more important: loyalty. Genuine friendship. He didn't come as BTS's global superstar. He didn't come as a performer, or as the face of campaigns, or as a media spectacle. He came as a friend. As someone who wanted to support Mingyu, not in front of cameras, not for the headlines, but in the quiet, private way that true friends do. And yet, ironically, his presence became the biggest headline of them all. ARMYs were touched. They saw that even with his busy schedule, even during military service, Jungkook made time for the people who matter most to him. CARATs felt proud too, realizing Mingyu is loved by friends who stand by him no matter what. It was a moment that blurred the lines between fan perception and reality. A moment where the human side of idols, friendship, loyalty, love, shined brighter than fame itself. But of course, speculation followed. Was this just friendship? Or was it something bigger? Some fans started whispering, what if Jungkook is involved in CXM's album? Others wondered, could this be a hint of a future collaboration? Theories spread like wildfire. Some believe the K-pop industry is preparing for groundbreaking cross-group collaborations. Others thought Jungkook might have contributed creatively to hype vibes, whether in songwriting, producing, or simply giving his input as a trusted friend. Though none of it was confirmed, the very thought added layers of excitement to the night. Suddenly, what began as a small party turned into a mystery full of possibilities. But here's what's even more fascinating. Instead of stealing CXM's spotlight, Jungkook amplified it. His surprise presence dragged international attention straight to them. Fans who might not have even known about CXM's debut subunit suddenly streamed their teasers, googled their profiles, and talked about their music. In one night, CXM's reach expanded beyond imagination. And all because Jungkook showed up. As the night went on, fans couldn't stop analyzing every detail. The way Jungkook stood beside Mingyu. The casual but warm way they posed together. That little smile he flashed that felt so natural, so uncalculated. Some fans joked, this one candid photo of Jungkook went more viral than some entire concerts. And they weren't entirely wrong. Meanwhile, those who weren't there felt a mix of awe and envy. Imagine being one of those lucky guests, watching Jungkook up close in such a relaxed setting, without screaming crowds or blinding cameras. Just him, in a room, as a friend, as a person. That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And maybe that's what makes this moment so special. It wasn't a concert. It wasn't an award show. It wasn't a broadcast. It was raw, real, and intimate. By the end of the night, one truth was undeniable. Jungkook is not just a singer, not just a dancer, not just an idol. He is an icon of our time. His presence alone is enough to alter the course of an entire event, to shape the internet, to make people believe in magic again. Every step he takes is history in the making. From a trainee full of dreams, to a man whose every smile, every gesture, every choice leaves an imprint on millions of hearts. And that night, at a small private party meant for CXM, Jungkook reminded us why the world never stops falling in love with him. Because sometimes, the biggest surprises come in the quietest moments. Sometimes, history is written not under the brightest spotlight, but in the warm glow of friendship. That little CXM party became something so much more. A treasured memory. A story of friendship. A reminder of Jungkook's aura. And proof that no matter where he goes, the world will always follow.